Yo, what's up, brother? So, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about shit tests. So, the first thing you gotta understand is that pretty much everything's a shit test. Everything that's challenging in life, you should just start viewing it as a shit test. It's something to see. Everything that's bad, everything that's hard, is basically a test from the universe saying, are you gonna be able to handle this? And the more times you say yes, the more times you commit and double down and focus on pushing through and getting the results you want in your life, despite what life throws at you, the more successful you will be with women, with making money, with your purpose, with your fitness, everything. You're going to be feeling better about yourself. It's going to be amazing. Okay. And so, what is a shit test in the sense of dating? So, it's a woman or a little girl, if you have that frame about it, testing your masculine frame for weakness. It's basically her checking to see if you are man enough. She's asking, she's seeing, okay, is this guy actually the guy he says he is? Because I'm not going to take him at face value. There's so many men trying to get at me, especially high value women, that she has to test. It's a defense mechanism, right? Think about it biologically. If she gets knocked up, if she gets pregnant, then she is stuck with that baby for 9 months. She is stuck with that loser's baby for 9 months. And so she has a lot to lose when she's first meeting you. And so she needs to test for weakness. Okay. And that's why when she tests for weakness, and once you get past that stage, she will completely fall in love and she will lose all control of her feelings. Okay. Because she is testing for weakness. And then, once she does that, she will continue to test for weakness. Shit tests never stop, right? Shit tests are never going to stop, ever, ever. But if you pass them consistently, she will fall in love and she will be your biggest fan. She will be supportive of you every single day. Okay? And so the way you can start to look at this is just that every negative response, even if they're actually pissed off at you, is just a shit test. Okay? And so you have to remain unreactive. I'm going to show you some examples and how to answer shit tests. Okay? The best thing you can do is to learn to love shit tests. All right? They teach you to be strong. This is like a big boy, big uncle or dad talk that I'm going to have with you. But shit tests force you to be strong, and you need to be stronger. If you're in this program, it's because you're not showing enough strength in your everyday life. You're not showing enough strength in your communication with women, and you're weak. But that's normal. Most men are weak right now. I'm even relatively weak compared to what I want to be. Okay, and you see me with all these girls, blah blah blah, but I'm still weak compared to where I want to be. That's why I'm constantly pushing to be a top 0.1% man, not even just 1%, just top 0.1%, because I want to be that strong. Okay, and you can be as strong as you want to be. You just have to be able to handle, you have to build the wherewithal and the strength, the endurance to handle shit tests, and just realize that your emotions don't control you. Your emotions, they don't have to control your actions at all. Okay, I talk about this in the discipline module. Discipline is probably the most important character trait you can have when learning to pass shit tests, because it keeps you focused, it keeps you locked in, and it reminds you like, oh yeah, I don't have to feel good to like pass this girl shit test. Okay, she could have actually made me like really upset, but I'm just gonna not show weakness because I'm a fucking man, right? So let's look at examples. So here are just some examples of different shit tests, right? Are you always this cocky? Oh, I'm only 19. Oh, I'm only 22. Oh, I'm only 24. This is for guys that are like older, like 25. Well, not really 25, like 30, 40, 50. She might be like, oh, I'm only, I'm 25. Oh, I'm 25, and she'll just say that. You know, oh, can we meet up here instead? Like before a date, she texts you, oh, can we actually meet here instead? That's better. You're going on a walk, you're holding hands in the park. She's like, oh, let's walk this way, right? Or she'll ask you like, are you sure? Oh, I don't like XYZ. I don't like nuts, or I don't like cheese, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. Okay. And like, oh, I'm not always nice. Like you might tell a girl like, oh, you have such like a you have a nice little sweet little girl persona. She's like, oh, I'm not always nice though. Right? These are all just little shit tests, and they're just little 1% wins. They're little 1% wins you can pick up along the way, and you can stack these wins over and over and over again until the end of time, and that's how she's actually gonna be attracted to you in the long term. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So these are how you could answer these shit tests. Are you always this cocky? Yes, you love it. Like, yeah, of course. Yeah, you fucking love it. What do you mean? Yeah, you love that shit, right? You love it. Tell me you don't love it. And then you stop, right? The whole point with shit tests and how to pass them, and we'll get into it in a second, but the most important thing, and I would write this down for sure always, is that your goal when texting, when in an interaction, when in a relationship with a woman, the goal is to just pass the shit test. Okay? Your goal is not to pass the shit test and then escalate. Your goal is to pass the shit test and stand there. Okay? Are you always this cocky? Yeah, you fucking love it. Just sit there, silence, right? It creates a vacuum. It lets her think. She starts to get turned on by the fact that you're passing your shit test and you don't even feel like you need to contribute after. Only passing the shit test, only feeling like you need to pass the shit test, and you can sit in that tension. You don't need to move on right away because it's, you don't care if it's awkward, whatever. Just passing that shit test, that shows a lot of strength as well. So that's part of passing a shit test to completion, is just sitting in that tension after you pass it. Okay. Also, like the shit test of like, oh, I'm only 20 years old. Okay, well, can you hold the conversation? She's like, oh, yeah, I can. All right, cool. Then maybe we don't have a problem. We'll see, though. Boom. Done. You passed it. Right? Oh, can we meet up here instead? You just text her back. Nope. LOL. I'll see you at 7. Right? Like you already had plans. Nope. Already made plans. LOL. I'll see you at 7. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm just like, no. No, of course not. We're meeting up here. She's going to get turned on by that. Okay? She'll go, let's walk this way. If you genuinely, and obviously this is shit test as well. Like if you genuinely think, if you know deep down, like your intuition is telling you, I know that this is the right way. You can consider what the woman's saying. You can consider what the girl's saying. But if you know that you're going the right way, then you have to say, no, this way's better. And you have to own up if it ends up sucking, right? But you have to say it with full confidence, no, this way's better, right? Oh, are you sure? I've never been more sure. Oh, I don't like cheese. I fucking love cheese. You're ridiculous. I can't believe you don't like cheese. I'm not always nice. Well, you will be for me. Right? These are all ways you can pass shit tests. Okay, and I have some examples of over-exaggerating, under-exaggerating, all that shit. But this is how you react to shit tests is so important. Okay? First, you need to spot them out and pay attention to how you react. How do you react to these shit tests? You need to really pay attention because this is how you gain self-awareness. This is how you gain the ability to get better at passing shit tests. Like, it's just like the gym. If you go under the bar on the bench press and you start by benching just the bar and it's heavy for you, you're not going to put on 200 pounds and it's going to be fine too. Like, it's going to be too heavy. You're not going to be able to handle it. And so you need to put on more weight. You need to slowly over time get shit tested over and over and over again and be told basically by these women, hey, you're a pussy in this aspect because you got triggered. And then you need to fix that part. You need to get stronger, okay? So how you actually pass that and how you actually should react to this, right? Pay attention to how you do react, but then know that you should be shutting down those reactive instincts. Okay, so if you want to react so fucking bad, you're like, no, I want to tell this girl she's wrong. No. Oh my God, I want to get triggered. Shut down those reactive instincts. Okay? It's going to feel like you really want to. It's going to feel like you really want to react. You just can't. Okay? You can feel however you want. Just don't overreact. Okay? And this just takes practice. Okay? You need to end up coming from a place of strength. The only way to do that is through practice. All right. A good tip for this is to journal about things you get triggered by. Okay. I have this later, but generally women's emotions are very good, and how women feel about you, it's a very good indicator of how much of a pussy you are and how strong you actually are. No matter how macho you think you are, no matter how badass you think you are, if you get pissed off and angry and triggered by women and their emotions, then you are not tapping into your masculine energy. You're not coming from a place of strength. And so things you get triggered by, things you get annoyed by, things that make you angry, that make you react like a little fucking boy throwing a tantrum. And we all have those things. We all do those things, right? Things that do that to you, journal about those. Okay? So here's some specific ways to pass the shit test. And this is just something to hold on to. All you have to do is stay masculine at the end of the day. Okay? You have to stay in your masculine frame. You have to hold on to it and just hold on for the ride. Okay, but these are some ways you can pass shit tests. You can go over, under, or you can just not react at all. Right? So these are a couple of those examples, right? Are you always this cocky? Yes, and you love it. Right? That's like overreacting. Right? underreacting or self-deprecating if you're a little too cocky. It's like, nah, normally I'm like a shy little bitch, but I think it's just your vibe. I think we get along. Like, that's also very masculine and strong. And then if she goes, are you cocky? Like, are you always this cocky? Sometimes. And you say it with like a little smirk on your face. Sometimes. That's all you say. Remember, just pass the shit test and sit. Pass the shit test and sit. Pass the shit test and sit. I'm going to say it over and over again. I want you to write this out. Pass the shit test and sit. Do it. Pass the shit test and sit in that energy. Okay? In that tension. All right? If she says, I don't like nuts. Shut up, you fucking love nuts. You're like a squirrel. Right? Over exaggerating. Right? Shut up, I love nuts. I'm like a fucking squirrel, right? A non-reactive way to say it is like, oh, she's like, oh, I don't like cheese. Well, I do. Right? A way to underreact and agree is like, me too, I fucking hate cheese. Let's burn all the cheese. Right? And some of those are going to come off a little cringy. And that's why I'm saying that at the end of the day, this is just something to hold on to. You need to just stay masculine. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Okay? So, you'll actually know if you pass the shit test because she'll get turned on. She will stay. She will stay talking to you. She will say you're an asshole and she will stay. Right? Just pay attention to her actions. All you have to do when you're talking to women is pay attention to their actions and you'll start to see their true nature and how they act and how they work. And you'll start to really understand it. Right? She says these things, but she's doing the opposite. And so really pay attention and listen to women, not to what they say, but to what they do. And if you do that, you will start to really understand the masculine feminine dynamic and you'll start to actually like get that from her. In the next module, we're going to talk about how to approach and my approach structure. And part of the engagement or part of the qualification stage is to pass shit tests. Actually, I think it's the second part of the engagement stage. You're going to start to pass shit tests. You have to pass the shit tests. And when you just pass the shit test and you sit, she will start to invest more because you're proving your frame is strong. You're proving you have a strong masculine frame, and she will start to qualify to you. Okay, and we'll get to that later. We'll get to that in the next module of what qualification looks like and how you can get girls to qualify once you've proven your masculine frame. But if you're not getting tested, that is a problem. Okay, if you're not getting tested, one of two things. You're either being too much of an asshole and you're like going way over the top and she's like, yo, this guy's fake as fuck and this guy's a loser and he's probably not going to the gym. He's probably not actually doing all the things that make him as cool as he says he is because women can tell they're very intuitive, very emotionally intelligent, right? Or you're being way too nice. And in which case you're not being man enough. You're being weak. All right? You're not even being strong enough to test, which means that you're probably not teasing. And teasing we'll get into in the next video as well. But you need to be teasing. Okay? You need to be having fun. You need to understand that this is all on your terms. You're a man. You're there to get what you want. Okay? So here are some shit test mindsets. Overall, shit tests are good. Okay? Shit tests are good. She's literally saying you might be man enough. Like she's testing your manhood. And if you're actually a man, why would you be insecure about someone testing your manhood? It's like if you had a diamond ring and I had one of those diamond testers and I said, I'm going to test your diamond, why would you get insecure if it's a real diamond? Of course you wouldn't because it's real. The only way you would get insecure and butthurt is if it was fake. Okay? Women are here to test you. The beauty of feminine energy is that it tests you and it makes men strong. And lately in the modern day, the modern man is a little pussy bitch and he lets women take the masculine frame. He lets women be masculine and women resent men for that. And they don't know that that's why, but they can tell that they're not fulfilled, they're not happy. Same thing with men. They're not fulfilled, they're not happy because they're weak as fuck. They're depolarized. And you need to bring that polarization back. You need to lean into your masculine frame, your masculine energy. Okay? A woman's feelings are literally always right. Okay? They are hardwired to detect high value behavior. Okay? So if her feelings are having her take actions, right? If her feelings are having her take actions that push her away from you, that make her not attracted to you, and make her question you and test you even more and more and more, and you keep failing, then she is right. Her emotions are right and her intuition is right. Okay? Because women, we can't beat biological hardwiring. It's literally like hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, millions of, I don't actually know how long humans have been around, like millions of years of evolution, whatever, right? It's literally like such an extended period of time, women have evolved into being like high value radars. They detect that shit, right? And so if you get annoyed by a woman, if she pisses you off, she was probably right, and that's gonna trigger you. But if you get annoyed by a woman, testing you, she was probably right. Okay, there's probably a reason, so you should journal about that, because that means you're being weak. It means you're showing weakness. If you were actually a strong man and a woman goes, I hate men, men are the worst, men fucking suck, you'd be like, yeah, I guess. Those are like little boys. Right? Like, yeah, little boys suck. You never met a real man, huh? Right? And if she keeps going, no, I hate men. Okay, why are you talking to me? I'm a man. Right? You're just completely unreactive because you're actually being a man. Okay, so why would you be insecure? All right. Good talk. Good shit. Life is a shit test. You gotta fucking deal with it.